Hey, what's up guys? This is Sinus275, and if you're like me, you've probably seen these guys around here in the Nether snapshots or betas, and thought, I want to trade with these guys and set up an automatic thing. Well, I did that on Java Edition. I moved it over to Bedrock, ignore this for now, and there were some problems. I made one of these things on Java Edition, assuming it'd work on Bedrock. But these games do function slightly differently, even though they are technically the same game. For example, when I placed gold into the chest here on Java Edition, none of it escaped. None of it went through as access. But here on Bedrock Edition, I placed 2 stacks of gold in there, and we had 5 pieces of access gold flow over into the storage chests. That's not good. Now, if you're someone who's looking for a tutorial where that doesn't matter, here you go. It's very simple. And as I will be adding timestamps to this video for 3 parts. Because there are 3 parts to this build. The auto trader itself, which is basically the same as this part over there. But this one also has an item filter and an item elevator attached to it to make it function a lot better. And make it so there's no gold loss, and so no gold ends up in these chests. And as you can see, I've run quite a lot of gold through this thing, and not a single piece is overflown. So today I'll be showing you a system that improves upon the basic Piglin Trader to not only catch any extra gold, but cycle it back up to once again dispense it. It's a bit slower than the Java Edition, but I think as of now, this is the best we can do on Bedrock Edition. And so, this top part is just to give you an example. You might be wondering how to get piglins into your thing. Have a trapdoor or something right here, and then lead them over, get them to fall in. There's good ways to do this. Maybe I'll make another video on this entirely, but the basic idea is lure them into here. And not yourself. So, for those of you that don't really care about watching an in-depth tutorial, I'm going to give a 360 hover around of this thing, so you can just pause at certain moments and just kind of build it yourself. Now, for those of you doing that, don't forget these 3 blocks and this block. They're very important. Those of you who want an in-depth tutorial showcasing how to build it exactly, here are the things that I can't talk. Here are the things that you'll need in this chest. This may look confusing, but these are just borders. Since this build has 3 parts, we have the auto trader, the item filter, and the item elevator. First, we will be building the auto trader and just taking all these blocks. So we're just going to build it directly across from here. Oh, right, before I do this, these just mean a solid block of choice. Make sure it's solid, and yeah, I don't know why this glass is in here. And then also you'll need some other block of choice. It can be whatever. This is just for this cage part. I picked glass because I want you guys to see what's going on and how it functions. At the end, I will be going very in-depth to how it works, but for now, we are just going to build it. So first things first, just the chests and the little storage system. Oops. So, this thing, you can expand upon it if you want. Say you want more storage than just this. Boom. All you need to do is keep repeating that, and you're good. I'm just showing a very basic example for the build itself. I tried to look on the internet and find a tutorial for Bedrock Edition, but I could not find one anywhere. Not one that had no item loss, at least. They all were exactly the same as the ones on Java, and it's just sadly not as efficient. But, since I couldn't find one, I just decided I'm going to make my own. So here we are. Now, you'll notice, if you go over here, some of these glass blocks we're not going to need. We're going to cut out 4 of those. Or I guess 2 of those. So these 2, gone. We do not need those. Now you're going to put your dropper in at right here. So now you've got your dropper. You want to have a spot where the gold will be going into. This is where you'll put all your gold, and it'll automatically go into the system and get dispensed. Now we're going to break these and just add a little flooring here. Then I believe this is the right length. Yes. So now you're just going to put repeaters down, but make sure all of the repeaters are on 4 ticks. I will go into detail as to why that's important at the end of this video. There should be a timestamp of me explaining it. There should also be timestamps for each section of this build, and yeah. So all you need to do is flick this lever once, and it starts going. Now, if you're building the version with the item sorter at the bottom that filters out the gold, and also the item elevator, you do not need to worry about this. We are going to come back to this spot. But if you're not using those, you're going to want to put a block here, a solid block of any kind. This will not function without this block or this block there. Some type of block needs to be there. But like I said, if you're building this version, it will be covered. But if you're not building that version, here we go. It's already functional. So if you're not building that version, here's how it works. I can even throw some gold in to demonstrate. But first, we need to put this back in here. It is no longer important. And now, oops, we will pull out the things for the item filter. Also, oops, those stacked. You only need 1 of these. I did not mean for those to stack. But before I do fill this out, I will show you just quickly that this design isn't as good. There is some item loss, but it does work as long as a block's there. Also, it will work better the more piglins are in there. For this example, I have just the 1, but we're going to get rid of him while building this, because he's just going to make sound and stuff. And there we go. So now onto the item filter. So we will go down here, and you can see it there, and I'll explain how it works at the end, like I said, but we're just going to place this here temporarily. You need the hopper to run into nothing. It can be air, it can be a block itself. Make sure the hopper is not running into this hopper or the chest, though. It has to be this way into nothingness. Now we're going to place down another temporary block and face the hopper this way, right into here. This will be where our dropper elevator goes. Now you're going to want to place 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, break a hole there. If you have ground, you can just work with the ground, but obviously this tutorial is meant for any situation, and this is just showing where the blocks need to go. You'll want to put a redstone torch right here, a comparator right there, and your repeater right there, and your 3 redstone dust right there. And you almost have your complete item filter. This item needs to be something that will not be inside of the, like, thing. For example, the piglins in there, they'll throw soul sand. If you put soul sand in here, it's gonna break everything. I chose popped chorus fruit because I don't think a popped chorus fruit could ever end up in my item sorter. So you do that and that. The stackable item needs to stack up to 64. And now, if an extra piece of gold does go in there, it gets pushed through. If something that's not gold goes in here, it just goes over this way. And that's the item filter. It's fairly simple. So let's put these items back now. This is just in case I need to refilm it. May or may not have needed to do that once. And let's take the items for the item elevator. So again, you'll need blocks that are solid. You'll need most of the same things as here. You need to be careful with your placement this time around, though, because you're going to need them facing upward. That one doesn't matter. That goes away. This one, though, and any subsequent ones, need to be facing upward. I'm going to temporarily break the glass just to help out with that. It's kind of hard. Please. Like, there we go, finally. Sorry about that. Now, that's the first part of it done. You are going to want to place 9 blocks down here like this, and then 1 here and 1 here. Redstone there, redstone there, redstone there. Your comparator facing out of this way. A repeater, and a repeater. And this is an important one. A block needs to go right here. You will also need to place blocks here, here, and here. Now for your observers. Your observers need to be facing into those... they need to be the redstone bit, this part, needs to be facing into here. So you're going to need to get at this angle. It might be kind of tricky, but place it this way. So the face is out. And you'll need to do that for each one. Again, probably temporarily break your glass or whatever item you chose. Face it like that. And 1 more. And face it like that. Put your glass back or whatever it was. And you'll face 1 more observer upwards from here. A redstone torch. And 1 more observer. And just like that, it should be functional. So, why don't we test this just to make sure? Oh, wait. Oh, it's already working. Gold is in circulation. Let's take any gold out of here. Because if it got in there, it was not supposed to, and it was because it was in the process of us building it, it did. Now you can see that it's only gold going through. No piglins are even picking it up, so theoretically all these pieces are getting wasted and going into this chest, but none is ending up here because it's going into the item filter, which is catching it. This would drag out anything, but because it's filled up, it can only drag out gold. It then goes down here and then into this one. This one detects it, tells these things that they also need to activate, and shoots it up. Once it gets shot all the way back up, this redstone circuit can activate it again, and it goes out. The reason for this redstone circuit being as long as it is so you don't get much gold overflow. That way they can pick it up and it won't get clogged. If you have this thing going as fast as possible, you're still going to end up with overflow into these chests. You need to have it at a slow speed like this. Maybe you could go a tiny bit faster, but here's what I recommend. And yeah, obviously you can alter around some of these mechanics if you want, but now for the example to make sure it works, Let's get a piglin of our own, put them in there, maybe 3. I like to put 3. More the better, though. They're picking it up. As you can tell, there's still been no gold waste. And let's also just get, like, a stack of gold. And it all just goes in there. It's safe. They can't hurt you. And all their items go in here, while the gold just goes back up here if any extra flows out. And so that has been the tutorial. I might make a video on ways to kind of trap piglins in the future, but for now, this has been the tutorial. I hope it's been helpful. There should be timestamps to every part of this, so if something is not working, review it. As you can see, the final product is working, and this was an uncut video, so there should... If something's not working, just go back in the video, try to figure out where you went wrong. This build is obviously survival friendly. I play survival. That's the whole point of me building this in creative. I want to prep for the Nether update when it comes out, and this is how I did it. So, I'm not good at ending videos. I'm not really... I'm new to making guides. Also, if you're wondering why this is here, I don't know if it's popped up, but ignore that. I'm on my alt account for reasons that I'll go into probably on the live stream. But, yeah. This is the build. I don't think there's anything else to mention. Other than... enjoy your day. Bye.